grinding for months. You shipped the feature on time, the metrics are solid, and the team is happy. Then, promotion season hits, and you watch the loudest person in the room, the one who spends half their time talking about their work instead of doing it, get the tap on the shoulder. Most product managers fall into a specific psychological trap. We're taught that the product is the ultimate measure of our worth. If the release is successful, the logic goes, leadership will automatically recognize who steered the ship. That instinct is baked into the PM mandate to lead without authority. Because you have no direct power over engineers or designers, you build alignment through influence. You learn to deflect praise and use the word we constantly to maintain team morale. Using the royal we creates a vacuum. It blurs the lines between your strategic contributions and the engineering team's output. While leadership sees the final code, the specific friction you remove to get that code out the door fades into the background. Staying quiet isn't a sign of humility, it is professional self-sabotage. It forces your manager to guess your actual value. And if they have to guess, they are unlikely to put their own reputation on the line to advocate for your career. Arrogance relies on subjective adjectives. Effective advocacy relies entirely on frontline action and objective data. If you walk into a performance review and call yourself an innovative leader, you trigger skepticism. It sounds like a sales pitch. You're asking leadership to accept your opinion without providing evidence. Compare that to stating you drove a 30% increase in user retention. You aren't asking them to trust your ego. You are presenting a mathematical reality. Advocacy works by dropping the listener into the front lines of action. Instead of claiming the final trophy, you walk them through the grit. Who did you call when the vendor failed? What specific data did you pull to change the design team's mind? When the conversation focuses on the tactical, step-by-step actions you took to solve a problem, the audience stops evaluating your personality and starts evaluating your competence. Structure updates using the frontline framework: friction, action, result. Step 1. Friction. Isolate the roadblock, like a technical constraint or lack of alignment. Step 2. Action. Detail exactly how you personally navigated that resistance. Step 3. Result. Express the outcome strictly in business metrics. Consider a scenario where an engineering team is reluctant to build a complex feature. Instead of saying, "I launched the portal," you say, "The team initially preferred a standard build, but I pulled the 3-year growth projections to show it wouldn't scale. I used that research to steer us toward a modular architecture that supports our long-term vision." The shipped code belongs to the team, but the specific friction you remove to make that code possible, that is your personal value. This framework addresses the unique challenge of AI product management, the invisible back-end win. In AI, victories are rarely flashy new user interfaces. They are often algorithmic tweaks, like reducing false positives by 4%. Because the end user never explicitly sees these improvements, they are easily overlooked by leadership. This invisible nature makes self-advocacy a requirement. You must explicitly tie technical model improvements directly to hard financial value, like reduced compute overhead or increased user trust. You can use specific scripts in your one-on-ones to highlight this work. For example, the data science team was stuck waiting on clean training data, which threatened our launch date. I wrote a script to automate the data scrubbing myself, unblocking the team and keeping the project on schedule. In team meetings, you can praise others while subtly anchoring your own contribution. The engineers did an incredible job with the final execution. I'm glad we spent that extra week on the early research phase, as it helped us avoid a major design pitfall that would have required a total rewrite. Advocating for yourself provides your manager with the quantified data they need to justify your advancement. When you frame your wins around the friction you eliminated, you aren't bragging. You're providing the metrics for your own success.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe and like.